So, all right, is do all high school sweethearts think the same? Question I have for you guys: do any of y'all have like a high school sweetheart that y'all know of that are like they're still together today? So for me, I'm 22, so I've been out of high school. I've been out of school for about 4 to 5 years. I'm kind of just living my life, chilling. I don't really have any problems. I'm not gonna lie to you. But with that said, so here's the thing, man. So we have a high school sweethearts at our school. I went to a performing arts school, um, in the states. And so the school I went to, bro, they're still together, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I grew up on Disney and
Oh wait, is this like a game?
I grew up.
Oh, that's smart. That's like I think like health is more important than. I think that's a good like party type game to get for real. That's like a really good like first date type of like a first date type of game, like you and your significant other or soon to be a significant other. Oh yeah, like a date or someone that you want to be your significant other like could play and like you could really learn like a lot about them. I think that's a fire idea. Shout out to Jubilee for that. They monopolized that. That's a W. That's a W. I'd pick it
Grew
up.
On Disney and like I always thought like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna meet the love of my life in high school. I'm like head in the clouds.
Something I want to say is for someone to be a high school sweetheart. I guess we could look up, or maybe we'll just let the video go for now because maybe they'll explain.
It was love at first sight.
At first sight? Actually, wait, before they go, so with them two, the two that I know of, I don't know if it was love at first. I mean, I don't, I'm not their relationship grew, I don't know, but I'm good friends with them. I don't know if it was love at first sight with them, but I do know that they definitely stayed together like the whole time. Like, every relationship breaks up, and I don't know how they did it. I don't think for them it would be love it.
Ooh.
I saw him in a grocery store when I was 15.
I saw her and she was a customer, and I was a stock boy, and so I stalked her to aisle 8, the cheese aisle. So yeah, I totally fell in love with her.
Hey, I don't care what anybody says. Target, W place. That's my spot. Don't you ever go to Target and try to pick up girls, because that is my fucking spot. That's my spot. And I know he's saying like grocery store, so I don't really do like necessarily grocery store, but like Target, that's my fucking spot. That's where you pick up girls. Target is a W spot, bro. W spot.
The whole entire school year, I sat right next to him, and I didn't say not one word to him. One of the last days of school,
I don't know. He likes her, so if he likes her, I guess. But whatever the fuck this is, we're not. I'd be strict about like what I like in girl and not. And this shit right here, like, I hate it.
we were just doing our work, and he
Just
started
get their
singing.
edges done.
So I actually
maybe they are
fell
done, I
in
just can't
love
tell.
with his voice before anything.
It took us 2 years for us
Maybe
to start
a little
dating,
bit.
so.
We've known each other like for so long, since second grade. I mean, I had several crushes on her like growing up.
5th grade, I remember I really had a crush on him, but then my attraction towards him like wavered throughout the years. But I think it was more of like a feeling that like the feeling of love towards him was like kind of always there.
For us, we were 15, sophomore year of high school. We sat in like
she's pretty.
diagonals. We would like always look at each other and make eye contact from across the room, but nobody like pursued anything. So that's why it kind of went to somewhat, because it was always there, but we didn't actually act on it until later on.
I said I love you first. 3, 2, 1.
I said I love you first. Oh, I'd probably never say.
Yep. I said it.
Wait, how can they both
And
disagree?
then she said it right after, so I said it first, so.
I don't know. It caught me off guard, honestly. Like I was like, "What? Oh, I love you too."
I definitely said it first, and then I remember I was like, did you hear what I just said? Because she wasn't saying anything at all. I was like, oh no. And then you're like, yeah, I love you too.
I think I loved her.
You're never too young to fall in love. 3, 2, 1.
I don't know what that means. I'll be honest. I guess they all do.
Too young is like, I don't know, 5, 6, before you really understand what love is. But once you like old enough to like start thinking about having like a boyfriend, girlfriend situation, like I think then you start to understand what love is and like that feeling that you get inside your chest.
I agree, so I'm gonna move on.
I stay away from.
I feel like the reason I was there was because I was thinking like super young, but obviously no 6-year-old's gonna be falling in love.
Yeah.
But I feel like for me, one of the struggles has been like losing the stigma of like being too young to be in love, where people are like, oh, you don't know, like you don't really know. But I feel like it's a feeling and you feel it, and it doesn't matter how old you are. If you met the person that you're in love with, then you're in love with that person.
I always.
Oh, cool. I don't think we're gonna go a lot more deeper in that. Hey, this is why I was like struggling really hard to like say something about love, because I don't fuck that love is a feeling type. I don't give a fuck about like. But I think it's like a male thing compared to like females. Like it's very easy to catch. Like I feel this, but fuck that feeling, because this is the reality of it. And that's the same shit with like love. The idea of love. It's like, okay, all the whole love bullshit is just that I'm willing to do shit for you that I would not do for anyone else.
I saw myself marrying my high school sweetheart. 3,
Damn,
2, 1.
Wait, maybe I'm right?
I grew up on Disney.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2,
Like,
3.
I always, thought like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna meet the love of my life in high school. I'm like head in the clouds,
Yeah, I agree. I'm a romantic, so I always wanted to marry like my high school sweetheart. I was always like.
But also part of that, I don't. That's because I don't believe the majority of men think about getting married, and in the sense of like we don't fucking dream about it. Because wedding days, like I've always said this, like I have no problem paying like 100, 200, 300K for a fucking wedding. If you're actually a woman that I'll fucking be with, but if I decide to have affairs, that's crazy shit I'll probably never do. If I were to, I don't have problems paying. Like if you're really that girl, I do it. Because it's an experience for you that you dream about your whole life. I don't dream about that shit. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about any of that. I literally have no desire.
I hope I fall in love young and meet somebody, and then I was lucky enough to have it happen.
My parents taught me growing up, they had always said, make your...
He's not a man either. Look at his fucking beard, bro. Look at his fucking beard. His shit is worse than mine.
Yourself established first, get a job, and then you can find somebody. So I think that's kind of why I'm here right here in the disagree.
I just distinctly remember like conversations with her. I want to marry you, blah, blah, blah. Like not really understanding the weight of that. But at the same time, it's like when you have something so perfect right in front of you, why would you mess with anything else?
All of my family, they all met in high school, married their high school sweetheart. So it wasn't that it was foreign to me, but I knew when I met him, when I would write his name on my peachy folder, that's when it kind of came alive for me.
I didn't think I would be married at 21, which is a really young age.
What the
Plans
fuck?
changed, and we decided that
Bro, I'm 22. Imagine me being married right now.
we were going to get married at 21, and she was 19.
I mean, like boys in high school were always like not the best, like it's just like we're young, like we're so young. Like I was like, am I gonna marry this guy? Like I don't know. When I was in high school, I did have that feeling like I'm gonna marry him. Like even though we weren't together, I was like, I have a feeling like at the end of this, like I was gonna marry him. We're not married yet, but so eventually.
There was a time in the past where I thought we might break up.
I mean, that's gonna be everybody thinks that.
3, 2, 1.
There's no fucking way you never thought that? What the fuck is y'all relationship? Perfect fucking Nancy's? I don't know. I don't have a term. But like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking liars. You never ever thought y'all were gonna break up? Might break up? Not even saying would. Might. Potential. 0% at all? Fucking get the fuck out of here.
Being in a relationship for a long time, everyone gets in fights, and that's like a healthy
Exactly.
and kind of negative part of a relationship. But personally, I view fights and arguments.
I like that he says healthy as well. Healthy can also be a negative. Healthy does not always have to be fucking positive. Because I hate hearing people all over, and it's just a social media thing, because people on social media are weird as fuck, but people always say, well, if it's healthy, it's always like this idea that healthy is good for you. And so because it's good for you, it's always positive. Think about fucking eating vegetables and shit like that. Like vegetables and fruits and shit like that. A lot of that stuff is good for you, healthy, but it tastes like shit.
Yeah, there were times where we had
He's just like me for real.
pretty
That's all I'm
heavy
saying.
arguments, but I think deep down I knew that we were still going to make it together.
I feel like we went from being children to being adults together. Obviously, there's going to be problems. You have to figure that out along the way.
That's true too.
And I think that being at the breaking point, being like, I don't know if I can do this anymore, but then still choosing to be together is what makes you strong and is what makes you realize like this is the person, because a lot of people tend to give up, but I never wanted to give up. And I was like, no, like I want him and only him.
Why are you standing over there?
I would always say like I had so much growing up to do when I was younger, just like mental health wise and just everything that I just felt like I was a burden to you, or that I was like causing you a lot of pain, you know, like, oh my God, I don't want to cry. But you know, like just being a negative energy in your sphere. So I thought, you know, it's better for me just not to be with you so you could be happier. But then I stuck it through, you stuck through. That's the amazing part, is like you stuck through, and you like, even through all my ups and downs, you're always there to get me through it, and just were always there, even though I was just like, it could be really mean or it could be very negative. But now we're in a better place where you've like taught me how to grow and stuff. So that's why I was like strongly agree, because not because it was never anything you did, it was more for me to like find myself and not have to hurt you in the process.
I mean, for our first year,
I have no idea what the fuck she said at all. I do that sometimes when I do that most of the time when women talk. I don't fuck them. So I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what the fuck she said, but it is what it is. I was switching. Fuck it. Keep going.
it was rough. Like, we were just like ships passing in the night. I mean, he was full-time working, full-time in college. I was going to school, working, and the challenges of being, you know, young new parents. And it was just, it was a rough first year. And I think there was a point where we both, I think that we both kind of thought, like, are we gonna make this?
There was one distinct night where we fought so bad, because, I mean, it was just a boiling point where our first son, I had his right hand, she had his left hand, and we were tugging at him. He's going with me. No, he's going with me. But we didn't want to leave because we wanted to be with our son. So that night we actually stayed. And that was like a defining moment where, like, okay, we're gonna work this out because we have to work it out for our family.
Yeah, people nowadays wouldn't fucking do that shit. And that's the fucking sad part. Or at least people in the West. It's because even though I live in the East and I'll probably get a bitch out here in the East, like, still, you know, because I'm American and shit, like, I do want to. I don't really care if you're like Asian or whatever. Like, you could be from the Middle East, like born and raised here, and then happen to be in America. But like, I would like to get a girl in America, but it's probably not happen, bro. Like, they had an argument and they decided, hey, that's for our family, and I that's very important. They decided that, hey, fuck themselves. Their family comes first. And it's crazy because I've always grown up realizing that, but so many people come from broken homes that they don't realize the importance that family has because they've never fucking had it. But it's so fucking important. Like, it's genuinely so fucking important.
Family is an important part
Big question.
of our relationship to me. 3, 2, 1.
I mean, for me,
They all went to strong. Thank you. Holy fuck, man. That should be number fucking 1. I just talked about it, bro. That should be number 1. Fuck. Oh my lord, man. Fuck all. It's always me.
growing up, I always had this dream of, like, I'm gonna have this big family, and it's almost like I just feel like I'm living out this dream. I mean, I know it sounds so simple, but it is literally having children. I mean, we have I've had a lot of losses also. Sorry. Yeah, we've had 4 children here. We have 4 in heaven. And for us, it was never easy to get pregnant. And when we did, it was such a gift. Sorry, I don't mean to be so emotional, but my kids, my grandkids, now we have a daughter-in-law. I mean, it literally makes my heart so happy when I see them when they walk through the door. I mean, I feel like those are some of our happiest times, just when our children, our family is all together. It's just...
Damn, look at the women. They are really going through it. See, that's something that I think is really strong with women. That's why I think they're like the best, like with child caring and people and stuff like that. Because look at how this woman back here was wiping like tears out of her eyes. This woman right here is empathizing with her. The other woman is rubbing her back. Like that's all shit that, or maybe that was technically a man. Maybe
those are some of our happiest times. Just went through the door. I mean, I
somebody
feel
was
like
rubbing her back.
those are some of our happiest times.
It could be
just
him,
when
but
our children, our family is all together.
I think it was the girl, the black woman. But like, look at how all women are like grouping up together and like being like, hey, and you know, like I said, she's wiping her eyes and everything. She's feeling for it. Like that's some shit that they do, and it's like, bro, that's the power of like females. You know what I mean? That y'all are able to empathize with each other and like, you know, have feelings and like I can explain a story and it be something bad and y'all can be like, that's terrible for you. And they start crying with you versus like, bro, as a man, I have to be honest with you. Like, I don't have. It's like kind of good and bad where it's like I have feelings, but you become so good at knowing how to separate your feelings that it's pretty much like almost impossible that I wouldn't be able to sit there and be like, yeah, that's really bad. Like, obviously it is bad, right? But it's like I'm always looking at fuck. Right, like if it's a problem, it's like I can only really see it from fuck. This is a problem. Let's figure out how to fix it. Right, that's the only way I can attack things. I cannot look at things as fuck. This is a problem. Let's sit here and dwell on it. You know what I mean? Like let's just feel it out. I can't fucking do it. This is a problem. Yes, and we're gonna work on it. We're gonna keep attacking it. We're gonna keep storming the base until we finally get into the castle. You know, I think it's a good and bad, pros and cons of like being a man and woman. But like, you know, I like this. I like seeing like them able to like feel for it. They have 4 kids that they were able to give birth to, or that they couldn't. And you know, if my girl was going through that, it's like, damn, that's some real shit. Like we're gonna. What do you need from me? You know what I mean? Hopefully they need emotional shit. I'm not lying. You're not gonna get that from me. You're not gonna get that from me.
Together, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That is truly inspiring in so many ways. Like I truly want to be like, you want to grow up like right now at the moment. Like you are my family.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I also think that women handle that a lot better as well. Like, you know, even with their emotions and shit, that like they can talk that shit out versus like me, if with there being like so much tension there, if I would say something, like I know what I would say and it would just like I'm gonna come off as a dick, but it's because I always see this, okay, well let's just fix this problem. Like it's always like any problem is just like, bro, it's another issue. Like let's not, but how the fuck are we dwelling on this? Like let's just fucking fix it. That's how I can only see things like that.
I've always had a big family.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've always inspired to have. And I couldn't imagine doing that with anyone else besides
She has way too much hair.
you. So,
Me as well.
yeah.
The reason I feel like we love each other so much and stay together is because we envision a future of building a family, having a healthy household. And
Yeah, we want to be able to cultivate an environment, see how we do as parents. I think that's
What is her name?
what's so exciting about our future is like how do we break any generational curses and all that stuff. Yeah, and just, you know, become the parents that, you know, have really healthy relationships with our kids. And so that's what I'm super excited for in the future. Yeah.
Obviously, we live with our family, so our family relationship
really?
is based on them. But I want to build one with you, and like obviously, like how could I'm so in love with him. Like, how could I not want to have a kid with him, you know? So, like, I want to have a family, like, have my kids' names picked out already. Like, I've been there.
Kind of have our own identity.
Yeah.
This is my favorite time in our relationship. 3, 2, 1.
We recently went through a rough patch. We're like on the up now, but I feel like we're still there, kind of. We're still trying to work through it. So I feel like we've had better moments, but I'm glad that it did happen because now it's only going to make us stronger and we're only going to go up from here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with just the cliche answer that, you know, every moment is my favorite moment with her, regardless of whether we're mad at each other or happy. It's just always my favorite.
We've like lived in the same hometown for like years, especially like after college, and this past September we finally moved in together, and that was like the biggest milestone for us. We're like, finally, like we don't have to travel 10 minutes to see each other every time or like sleep over at each other's house, but now we get to live together and like experience like every moment together, whether it's like going to the restroom, like sleeping together, you know, but like it's just like I get to spend every time with him, and so I think that's like helped our relationship so much. We get to like experience life.
Only reason I don't like that, unless they're married or soon to get married, is because people that move in together have like the highest, or is it like it like highly increases the chances of getting a. If you're going to get married, it highly increases the chances to end up divorced if you move in too early. So pretty much really go from like living with your to living together, and once you live together, it should be like married. That's the highest statistical likelihood.
Together, and I think that's just such a fun, happy moment, and I think it could only go up.
Like it seems really good in the moment. Like as a stats type of person, I'd prefer to if all statistical advantages versus so. I was just
From here.
34 years together is a long time, so there's a lot of different phases that we went through. Like we still have 2 kids.
That's older than obviously it's me, but like that's a long time.
Kids at home, and now 2 kids are out. But when we had like the 4 kids at home and just.
But I say he's 48. I'm gonna stand by that.
Just a family. It was just so incredible, and now it's just another phase where it's just. We have a lot more time together and we can do a lot of fun stuff, but it's kind of hard to discount all that other hardships and some of the really cool things that we did in the past.
There is nothing that tops that feeling of when all your children are in, you know, with their home, or like recently we just had a dinner when all our kids were there, and oh, that's good.
Right now we are like going through a little rough path with my family issue. So I think we spend lesser time from what we used to have with each other.
And I'm so happy like we are able to come here today. And we're in California because we're not
Asian
from
culture
Cali.
is pretty specific.
So like getting the chance to like travel and just like live in the moment, and we have so much more coming and so many more memories that we can make. But right now, at the moment, at the point of our lives, we have some stuff we got to work out, you know. But at the end of the day, it's more memories, and we're gonna get through it. So
They haven't really answered my question originally though.
About our futures, like
I'm
how
sorry,
do we
I don't
break any
I don't know how I got here. Like I said, my question on me originally though was this that's the thing. What's like the definition of a high school sweetheart? Person with whom one was romantically involved at high school. But is there a specific time period though? Because this I would agree with, because I think that you would have to become married. So I think they kind of fucked up because only one of those couples I'm pretty sure was married. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think the other ones were married. So I don't think you can consider them high school sweethearts. What did the comment say? Should do all divorced parents think the same, or do all kids of divorced parents think? For the most part, they do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, just from my personal, like I've kind of anecdotal, sure, but like I've talked to a lot of people. The way Stephanie still gazes at Nestor after over 30 years is precious. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's well, yeah. Women love that love shit, but then it's like, whatever. I don't want to fully get into it, but like women love the idea of love, but they don't really like the action of love. And men understand the action of love, but the idea of love they don't normally like. We'd love to see single dads versus divorced dads. A lot of you, I feel like they've done something similar. Pretty sure they've done that. Oh wait. Hold on, I'm so confused. Wait. Okay, never mind. Currently can't read. Wait, so it's single moms versus divorced dads. What the fuck does that mean? What type of divorced dads? Or okay, so he's trying to expand upon it. Custodial mothers, so women that have the children versus non-custodial fathers. I don't really think. I noticed that though. Like women are so fucking. I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's how women are. And I think it's more of a good thing than how it like irritates me subtly because I understand like it's that she needs. And I don't fucking. If I'm upset, hey, don't fucking do that shit to me. So I think it's a good video. Seems like an interesting concept, but we'll see. So until next time.